This is how Spotify handles playlists. That onboarding flow didn't work in A/B tests. There are 14 ways that I can use interaction patterns for this filter, but I know my users' tendencies, so I'm most confident in using number 12. These are the kinds of things running through designers' minds. But how exactly? Is it just because they're a lot faster than you, or because they're more talented, or because they've spent a lot more years designing than you? Actually, it's none of those. It's just two things that they've formed the habit of doing, and you can do them too, and get 80% better at UX UI in a month's time. Really great designers can move through design problems faster because they're not inventing from scratch, but because they're scanning through possibilities their brain already knows and thinking quickly about how they can apply them. Thousands of UI interactions, gestures, flows that they've seen, broken, reassembled, along with this natural tendency to see design metaphors in the everyday world around them. Great designers don't necessarily think faster, they recognize sooner. And that recognition is what develops their instincts and what I call the muscle memory of design. These are design patterns. There are so many different ways that you can have a progress indicator, for example, and each one of these is a pattern. There can be a circular ring that shows the percentage of a daily learning goal. There could be a milestone path that looks like this, so it's kind of a step counter that lets you know how far you've come. There could be a streak counter. You see these a lot on language learning apps that show you days and how long your streaks are. Maybe it's a level system so that it shows you your current level and where you've got to get to. And maybe it's a skills tree. All of these are progress indicators. And for your particular product or your problem that you're solving, one of these will probably make more sense than the others. And the more of them you've seen and experienced, the larger your playground is. Design patterns are this memory externalized. They're not hard and fast rules to obey, but observations and universal examples of flows, placement, rhythm, and cadence of things that we've come to know before in digital interfaces. Each time you explore an app, you dissect an onboarding flow, or you notice how a tooltip behaves, you're feeding your own internal library of references. That's how you build your muscle memory of design. To outsiders, this may look like originality, but to the designer, it's simply pattern play. So let's do a little exercise. Open up the X app if you have it on your phone, and then you can go to your profile or mine. Mine is at Liz the Wizard. And then scroll down and find a post and hit like. Then scroll down, find another one, and we're going to repost it. So we're going to click on the repost icon and click repost. And then we'll bookmark something. So we'll bookmark this post. Now this time, let's do the same thing again, but we're going to be really hyper aware of every action we take and every reaction that the interface has. So I'm going to scroll again. And did you see that? Right there, as I scroll past my title and description, that navigation sticks to the top where it says post, replies, highlights, videos. Watch again. Boom, it sticks. And then the rest of the screen scrolls. Now when I get to a post that I want to like and I hit the heart, do you see that subtle little animation, a bit of confetti that appears right before the heart turns pink and the number changes? Then when I click repost, do you see how the screen goes darker? And then that panel slides up from the bottom with the three options. Let's look at that again. Click repost, it gets dark, that slides up, and then I click on the repost button. And then that arrow, but right before it turns green, it just gets a little bigger, it just pops a bit. And now if we bookmark this, that snack bar drops down from the top with a button that allows you to take another action, which is add to folder. If I wait a few seconds and I don't take that action, it just disappears and slides back up. This is the perfect example of a design pattern and a design system. The pattern is, for example, the save pattern. What happens in order for me to be able to successfully save that post? In the design system, we have these elements like the snack bar, and that is a specific language that we use, a naming convention that we call that component or element that we can reuse in our designs. Now that's just one app with a few patterns. Imagine if you could see hundreds of apps at a glance without having to download each one. Well, that's exactly what this does. This is my absolute favorite resource for developing the muscle memory of design, and it's called Mobbin. Mobbin isn't just a gallery of design examples, it's like a design gymnasium for your brain. Each time you scroll through their curation of existing product design screens and flows and patterns, you're doing reps and you're training your eye and your brain to recognize how other teams have solved recurring problems with design. When you know a vast array of design patterns deeply, you can access them more quickly and bend them without breaking them. Users can feel that. They may not necessarily have seen that exact thing before, but because it's so similar to what they already know, they instantly understand it. That's because your new pattern is built on top of their old expectations. This is why pattern fluency matters. It lets you go past imitation into synthesis. If design systems are the big picture stuff, the flows and the choreography of screen events and conditional reactions, then design systems are the tiny little UI components that make up those patterns. What's great about design systems is that they standardize these atomic UI elements that we use to create design patterns. Take Atlassian's design system, for example. Each element, from the colors and the typography to the badge styles and the checkboxes and breadcrumbs, are broken down and given purpose, presentation, and context. The crazy part is, these design systems and hundreds of others like this from the world's top tech companies are freely available for you to borrow and learn from. You can download them yourself for Figma, and then you can even use them to build your own product. Existing design systems really are this untapped resource for learning how to create better user experiences and interfaces that most designers don't even realize are available to them. There are even some really great white labeled UI kits, like my personal favorite, Untitled UI, that's really worth investing in. So here are some actions for you to take the next month if you want to improve your product design skills, get better at pattern recognition, and creative problem solving. First, you're going to sign up for Mobbin and start immersing yourself in how great products solve problems with design. 2, you're going to spend a little time each day mindfully observing the orchestration of what happens in the apps you use every day. Replace that passive scrolling with active, aware usage. Number 3, download existing design systems and study them. Then try putting them together to create your own screens and components and flows. Now make sure to check the description because I've got links for Mobbin as well as a list of some of the best free design systems that I recommend to learn and steal from. And if you want to level up that last 20%, come join my course. You'll build a real product and case study for your portfolio with one-on-one mentorship from yours truly. And for a limited time, I'm giving away 12 months of Figma Pro for free. That means access to all their new features like Figma Make, Figma Buzz, Figma Slides, and you'll also get 50% off of Mobbin when you enroll. So take advantage of that and sign up and come do this stuff with me. Want to learn more about design patterns and design systems? Then watch this crash course next.